All right, time to go home. Let's talk about Malaysia's new, wonderful repatriation tax law they're planning to put in place. So Malaysia has been misgoverned for a good part of 20 years now. Luckily, it has been Malaysia is an extremely well-endowed country. I don't mean that part, well-endowed. I mean financially, economically, it's very well-endowed. It has oil, it has minerals, it has rubber, it has a lot of industries that left during the British Empire, because one of the most economically vibrant trading and production areas of Southeast Asia. So we had a good foundation to start with. And while other countries in Southeast Asia were getting their stuff together, Malaysia, had a jump start. It was fairly well governed after independence for about 30-40 years, when all the races for the most part got along. Everyone worked well together. Unfortunately, that kind of changed in the last 20 years, where today Malaysia is it a good country? Yeah, absolutely. Malaysia is way better developed than, let's say Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand. But it's not quite there to the Singaporean standard, and that to me is actually a good thing, because it is boring and stressful to live in Singapore. If you don't believe me, just ask someone who lives there or lived there. So, but what's the problem? The problem is that in the last 20 years, the economic development have really slowed down, right? Because Malaysia's problem with Malaysia, they never figured out how to move from a basic low-end manufacturing service in this place into a high-end one. You never could make that transition. So it's stuck in this middle income status. So the wage has been stagnant. There's really no industry here, no new industries. So it's bad, right? It's bad. And then on top of that, the local politicians get greedier and greedier, want more and more money, milking the system harder and harder. So there's only so much you can take before the camel's back breaks, right? And we're pretty close today at the point where the camel's back is about to break. So what's the solution? Well, Malaysia, being brilliantly governed, decided it wanted to tax Malaysians whose income from abroad. Essentially, it wanted to be like American, the United States, where if you make money from abroad, you want to bring it back, you have to get taxed. Well, here's the problem with that, is that Malaysia is not the United States. What all these people are going to do is they're going to leave the money abroad and not bring it back. And today, frankly, you have so many digital wallets, you have credit cards, you have debit cards, you have so many things that international cross-border transaction is so easy. You can buy, you can walk to any money exchange and send yourself $5,000 and pick it up, and you will pay less fee than if you actually done it through normal bank. You probably pay what, $3-4 in fees, and maybe 1% exchange rate differences. And if your account is paid in USD, yeah, about 1%, and you can get the money out. So why in the world would anyone, if you start taxing people to bring money back into this country, would anyone bring money back into this country? If they're making money outside of Malaysia, believe me, they don't need to bring this money back in the country. They got money here already. Those kind of people do need to repatriate money. So, but I understand what Malaysian politicians are thinking. Like, oh, now I got one more source of income I can tax, so I can make up for the budget shortfall. It will not work, people. I wish. And you see that everywhere, right? Malaysia has a wonderful green card program for rich people here too. It's called MM2H. So basically, before, once you got $130,000 placed in the bank, in Malaysian bank account here in Malaysia, they will issue you a 10-year green card to stay here. A lot of expats, a lot of people from other parts of Asia, from Europe, even from US, I know, I took advantage of that. They might have a spouse in Malaysia, or they simply like Malaysia. It's a great place to live. Great weather, friendly people, nice food, low cost of living. But they took that away too. Now it's no longer 130. I forgot what the new amount is. Do you know what the new amount is?
Few million, 1 million or 2 million.
So it's 250,000 now. 250,000 USD. Let's quote USD. Are you talking about $1 million USD? Are they that ballsy? They want people to.
I'm not too sure, but I know the amount is it's way too.
I'm sorry. If it's 1 million
Okay,
USD,
no,
I go to Malta. I go to some European
Yeah.
country. Just saying, why would I bother to come to Malaysia? Okay, I still would come to Malaysia just because cost of living and people are nicer here. But still, it's Asia. Like you expect the price tag to be a little bit less than Europe, right? And also you have to, you know, I don't know what to tell you. But you know, MM2H is they're screwing that up too, and also they're in a way they're kicking out the foreigners by giving foreigners a harder time to stay here. The high-end foreigner, not the low-end immigrant worker, migrant workers, but actually the high-end, the knowledge-based foreign workers, expats.
Well, the Malaysian excuse is that we only want quality expats.
So that they want Bangladeshis. What the hell is that about?
They say they only want quality expats. That's why they
No,
raise the amount high. So right now the thing is that why would quality expats wants to be here?
Well, some people will do, but you have to understand quality expat have choices.
Exactly.
You have $5 million in my bank account. I have a lot of options.
Exactly.
Right? I can go to Middle East. I can go to other parts of Asia. I mean, I can go to you know, Europe even. I mean, Europe is on discount. I wouldn't think of Latin America would be a good choice, but some people would do that anyway. But anyway, if you're the richer you are today, the more options you have. And Malaysian government doesn't realize that today everybody's courting money. Every country around the world is courting all these super rich, right? Not super rich, but rich people. And you know, to attract them, you don't want to make the barrier to entry higher. You actually want to give them more benefit, lower tax, easier entry, more freedom to travel. You know, negotiate more passport rights. That would get more people rich. Once they're here, of course they're going to move their money here, and they're going to spend here if your tax policy is correct. But I guess my point of this video, my comment about Malaysian government is it really does not have any idea what it is doing. And I believe my point will be backed by every Malaysian on the street, whether rich or poor. Everyone's complaining about this government. And the odd thing about Malaysian government is that, and a lot of government around the world, is that it's a democracy. Yet year after year, the same party get voted in. Everyone's complaining, nothing changes. Woohoo for modern democracy. That's it for my video for today.